This bitch retarded. This bitch retarded.
What's going on, everybody? Cortez the Conqueror and Canna Alicia. We got an all new show for you guys today. How you doing, Alicia?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm pretty good, thanks.
Another day.
Yeah. Another fun-filled Sunday, and what a better place to spend it than with all my friends, right?
Mm-hmm. And then dog, which is super awesome. I can't wait.
Right, my new friend that we're bringing on and everything. So what have you been working on lately, Alicia?
I've just been making, my normal stuff, making reels. We have clones that we just transplanted. So I have my grow, which is going to come down in about 4 weeks. That, and then my mate, he has outdoor grow that I'll help with every once in a while, amongst everything else. What about you? You got a lot going on.
Yeah, I just took down the autos. I'm working on some fast bud stuff right now for the photo fem line that they've got. They've got like 5 strains out. Heather was really cool. She sent me basically all of them. So I was like, okay, that actually kind of works because that's my plant count 5. So it's like if I get 1 viable cultivar for each, I probably could have already flipped them, but I'm actually letting them get a little bit bigger. They're actually pretty tall right now, but that's okay because my plan is actually to go about 2 nodes down, and I'm going to hard top it, but then I'm going to clone out the top. So that way I can back up the genetics. If I find anything in there, I can keep it around,
Yeah. How many times have I grown a plant and then you're just like, dang it, like I wish I cloned that one.
That got away. Right. Yeah, it's the really nice thing too, because I found such great stuff in the Fast Buds genetics, but I've just never been able to keep it because with the exception of the fast flowering testers that I did, this is like the first like legit photo feminized, be able to take a mother of it and might even find a Cortez cut in there.
Yep. Represent your work.
Right. Yeah. Bring the guest on in just a minute here, but just want to give a really big shout out to the channel sponsor, Real Growers. Right now, you guys can visit www.realgrowers.com/Cortez or use Cortez at checkout on the Real Growers website. That will save you 10%, and it will also get you free shipping on orders over $50 if you're within the continental United States. So just got to throw that out. Save a couple bucks. I mean, what's the pay full price though, right? I mean, it's kind of like sucker shit. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Might as well save money on something you're buying anyways.
Might as well. All right. I don't want to hold you guys up too much longer. So we're going to go ahead and bring the guest on.
Who let the dogs out?
It's our friend dog here.
Welcome. It's a pleasure.
The pleasure is all mine, and thank everybody in the chat and everybody. Sorry if I'm not texting in the chat at the same time, but it's a lot of info happening. So I love you all.
Same for me. Same for me.
Seems like you got a lot of supporters in the chat here, dog. We got Untrained Astronaut. We definitely got to get him on the show. Astronaut, I'm going to talk to you on the side about some scheduling, buddy.
Watch out. Cortez is on the hunt.
Always do a little bit of recruiting. I got my draft picks, you know what I mean?
How's your day been, dog?
Sorry, been doing great.
How's your day been?
Just relaxing and enjoying life, living in a moment. Let me maybe introduce myself for anybody that is watching and doesn't know who am I, just because I'm just me. I'm Dog Doctor. I'm just a humble home grower. I really have a beautiful passion for this plant that we all love. And I've been growing for, I don't know, a few decades now. And when COVID era started, I decided to go online and everything started growing. I built up an Instagram account. I went to Grow Diaries. Things led to another, and here we are. A few years later, I here with you guys. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it. You're actually the first international guest we've had on the show, so this is really an honor to have you on.
The honor is all mine. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Bringing heroes to the youth.
I was looking at your Instagram recently. I seen you were one of the judges for what was it, the Autoflower World Cup?
It's the first Autoflower World Cup now that it's legal in Germany. It will be happening in the 420, if not mistaken, but it's 420 next year.
Tentative date. Oh, okay. So that's still upcoming. Congratulations.
Upcoming, yeah. It's going to be the first one ever. So it's about 3, 4, 5 months. I don't know since the Germans legalized it. So now it's official. So
yeah,
they get here, which
Right.
I thought is great timing. A lot of it.
I remember seeing Sebastian did some content on that. That's actually kind of funny. I was just talking to him this morning. He said to tell you, he said hello. I think he's in the process of like moving houses right now, though.
Yeah, he's living in his van, growing in his van. He's doing something pretty amazing. He has one of those mini grow closets, and
like a Abbey kind of situation, something like that.
I don't know if he's the Vivo Son or if he's the Ahabi, but I know it has one of those. Only one
of them.
One plant. There's a lot of them coming up now. There's a bunch of them. That's pretty cool, actually, for people who don't have space or live in on a move, for example. You can still grow in one plant. It's one plant, man. You know, it's better than nothing.
Self-contained unit.
That's pretty neat.
I'm curious to try one of those things. It makes no sense for myself, but I'm curious just because of the. I don't know. I never control one plant in a small space. Just something I never did. So that got me curious.
You know, I do have some experience in smaller spaces. Like even right now, I have what I call like the nursery. So if I'm like popping seeds, or if I got clones that just came out of the cloner that I'm trying to like just make sure they're fully hardened off once they come out of the dome, you know what I mean? I go into like a low light situation, but even with maybe like 20 or 30 watts, I still run into heat issues in a 2x2x4. So I guess that would be like my only real apprehension would be like the heat issues. Or I guess environmental control, whatever you want to call it.
I mean, if you're in a van with no AC, yeah, that can be an issue. But
yeah,
in
a van down by the river.
Down by the river, looking for the shadow. Okay, that may go high. But normally vans have AC and everything, and I'm pretty sure he went around with that because plants are coming out beautiful on his sides. And
well, I'm sure he does great work.
Yeah, you treat the air outside of the tent, and you will get good temperatures inside of the tent. But you to treat the air outside of your grow space. If you are in a small space, you cannot put the AC inside of it. So even in a 4x4 or 4x8, I mean, I don't have any AC inside of my tents. It's all
No,
outside. I
that's it.
cool the room, or I heat the room outside the tent, and then the
Mhm.
air goes inside the tent, and this is what how I manage temperatures inside of my tent with
Yeah, and
So
the
extra.
fans
you
also help pull it through too. So then you have
right.
the intake and the outtake. So when you get the room in a regulated, it circulates.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's always definitely a game changer when you got full control over your lung room because I notice my grow environment is always about 5 to 10 degrees hotter than like the ambient lung room temperature. I got the controller 69 plus, so that does a pretty good job if I gotta like control my fans or anything. But I actually have a smart window AC unit just for further control. So I can drop my room all the way down to 60 degrees if I want to from my phone.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
love this new technology. Master also hooked me up with a few controls, dude. I'm in the toilet now watching my plants. I know this sounds retarded, but we have to do something in the toilet for now. I'm in the toilet with my phone, looking at my plants.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's the little nanny cam.
Like I was with
See,
them 5 minutes ago, but now I'm with them all the 5 minutes more. It's crazy. No, but it's nice that you can just go and tune in. Like if today it's more cold or less cold than the normal it is. And that will change everything inside the room. You can go on the app, you can tune it in. It's amazing, man. I really like this new gadget, this new way of controlling it all, of of living free of problems, kind of.
Yeah.
I think you're a
Yeah.
little bit braver than me, sir. I don't know. Call me old school, call me paranoid, but I won't I actually don't have any cameras. I do have motion detectors, but I don't do cameras because those kind of cut both ways. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I'm loving the fact that I can see it actually, and even if just like before bed. Oh, did I? Oh, let me just check that. I don't have to
did,
go.
did I did I remember to turn my light back on after I sprayed my Lost Coast?
No, this I don't forget because I overdrive the system. I have an
Okay.
option to overdrive. If it's on, I can put it off, or if it's off, I can put it on for as long as I want. And like when I'm mixing, the pump is I have the system so that the pump goes on and off for 5 minutes, or for not 5 minutes, for a minute every hour. But when I'm mixing the reservoir, I want it for 15 minutes that I'm there. I want it always
Smart.
moving, so I can go in my 10x and I just overdrive it for 10, 15, whatever time it is.
Nice.
Yeah.
And this way, I don't forget to put it back on or off or whatever it is. Again,
What's your grow medium? What type of substrate are you using there?
soil. At the moment,
What's your grow medium?
pro mix soil.
Well, I'm saying, are you dirt? Are you super
Soil.
soil,
Yes,
cocoa?
yes. This is my.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Promix.
Yeah,
Oh, Pro Mix.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I love this thing actually. It's. I mean, for me, soil is the most relaxing way of me to grow. So I really love it. I tried it all over the years, from cocoa to hydro to aero, and they all work great. There's no one that is better than another, in my humble opinion. But we need to find the one that fits
Unless you
our
don't got a
living.
pH.
And you don't have to pH if you go organic, also. But I do pH too. I'm a pH paranoid, actually.
Uh,
I tune in my
I
pH
mean,
every
I guess it is kind of worth it if you are doing a system like yours, where you're going off of like a reservoir. So I could see the benefits there. But like I still do salts and flour. Don't get me wrong. So don't think I'm this like hippy dippy organic guy. Like I'll
Dude,
eat
I
a
love.
McDonald's sandwich and throw the wrapper out my truck window. I don't care.
No.
But as far I put the organics in my soil, and then I'm doing like the weekly micro feedings with the recharge just so I don't have to pH. Because I started off doing like GH3 part, and you got to be so like dialed in with your pH on that. I guess it kind of like scarred me, I guess.
I mean, I get you, but I come also from pH controlling from the hydroponics and everything else. So that's still, I think I have that in my mind. It's always something that
Right.
I'm okay with bugs now. Before I was not okay with bugs. Now I accept that fungus gnats will come here and go from time to time as trips and
Just
this and
let your
that.
soil dry back.
Exactly. We have to control it more than to be paranoid about it. So I've learned that.
Yeah.
But pH, I don't know. I put the waters in the water on the auto pot and I have it there, and I know exactly the pH it's there. So
Right.
if I see it go over 6.8, good, I'm bringing that down. I like to keep it in 5.8 to 6.2, 6.3, something like that. If it's in there, I'm not pHing. If it goes up or down, I'm pHing.
Oh, big shout out. We got Chubbs in the comments. How you doing today, sir?
Yeah, pure love, brother.
Yeah.
Growers
Pure love to
love.
everybody. Sorry, not in the shot. I'm so sorry. And please, I'm about to do a salt run. I don't do salts for not salts, minerals actually. I'm gonna do a full flower mineral for this run. I'm waiting on the up to stuff to arrive, and this will be a new approach for me since I've been doing the organic, almost full organic for 3 years now with pellets in the soil and microbial life, and then just a few boosters here and there to correct whatever we feel that it's needed. And this one now is going to be a new adventure. But let's go. I like new adventures. It's fun.
How big's the reservoir that you got? How many gallons?
Gallons? I have no idea. It's 50 liters.
50 liters. All right.
I'm so
Have
sorry
to do the
about
math on that one.
yeah,
Oh,
But you should have brought your American conversion charts.
that, I don't know. That's 50 liters. So I don't know.
we need one of
Yeah,
those
it's
guys
okay.
like on
I
Joe
think 1
Rogan that we can
gallon
just
is
have
3
fact
liters.
check stuff for us.
I think 1 gallon is 3 liters. I'm not sure. I'm talking without
Yeah, you're right.
3.75
It is
liters.
actually because
You
I
know,
just
I
literally
think
had
it
this
is.
conversation
I
last
think
night.
it is.
It's
So yeah.
that. So
So if everybody wants to know, get out a calculator and divide 50 by 3, and that's how many gallons it is.
it's about 15, 20 gallons, I think.
Oh, that's pretty big. Hopefully,
Yeah.
you've never had any mishaps with the res. I've
No,
definitely heard that from people having some type of failure and it just like flooded.
from the other pots?
Not from the auto pots. Usually, when I've heard that, it's been from somebody's DIY system that they were so proud of.
The problem with yeah, that can happen. You do right. That happens a lot with me in the past. I tried, dude, seriously, I tried 20 different ways of growing and watering. And the auto pots, when I found them a few years ago, they were, I don't know how to explain it, but something that works. No electricity. Point number one, it's gravity. So this is great because even if the light is not going, they will still keep drinking.
Right.
Each plant drinks individually because it has an aqua valve, and each aqua valve opens and closes depending on the dry of that plant. So
Yeah.
with other systems, you can go and put one more springer there or whatever so that this one is drinking more, can drink more. But in here, you don't have to worry about that at all because it just go up and down. I get
Oh, it's like a
my,
float valve. It
yeah,
almost sounds like the real bucket
Yeah.
system.
it's
Yeah.
something like that. It has two valves, one that goes up,
Mhm.
down when it fills, and then one when it gets empty, that opens the other one so that it fills again. And
Yeah,
it
that's a
works.
float valve.
It's the same. It's
Yep.
the same system as the float valve, exactly. And it works great. So I don't worry about watering there. I have to worry about filling up the water there. And depending on the phase, if it's vegging, this will go for a week, something like that. In flower, I'm doing about 2 reservoirs a week, something like that, depending. But it really,
Very nice.
really makes me focus on different things like the growing, like relaxing, looking at them. If I have to go and water every day, it's something I'm not doing and something that I may or may not miss while I'm doing it. So
Yeah.
I really like water pots. Not sponsored
Yeah.
or anything.
Yeah.
but
But that
amazing.
probably gives you more time to dedicate to the plants because when you're not constantly mixing these nutrient solutions. You're not doing all the hand watering. The time that you're saving yourself, you can scout your garden more. You can look at your leaves more. You can kind of do more training. It kind of opens up more time for other things because you have more of an automated system. So that way you can kind of divvy up your time better. You know what I mean?
Exactly, exactly. Gives you time to be with your plants, and they feel that. I believe. I'm a strong believer that there's a big connection between the grower and the plant, and that the plant grows for that grower specifically, for his needs, for his whatever is. They have a relationship. That's why when we grow our own medicine, it's always better for us, or for the most times, at least this is my opinion, than any medicine we try from anybody else. That's it may be the best one in the world, but there's always something missing on that other medicine that ours somehow, same strain, same genetics, same cut from the same plants, same conditions, just two different growers growing. It will
Yeah.
be two different plants. It's amazing. And
Yeah. Right.
I strongly believe that it's the relationship between us and them. It's a very
Most
spiritual
So
definitely.
one.
you're,
Plus, when you
you're
grow your own, you know exactly what you put in it. You know exactly what your
yeah.
inputs were. You know exactly where your cleanliness level was. I
You
don't know.
know,
That's big for me, at least. I know nobody put something in there that's not supposed to be in there, or use some type of like weird pesticide or something. You know what I mean?
Well,
you
and
know,
it's also some people just will cut things out that are undesirable that are in there. Some people are just lazy, or but you know exactly
Yeah.
how you do it. You know how it works for you though too, because that's always the best. When you find out what your groove is, it's always going to turn out the best, because that's kind of like your heart and soul's going into it, and you actually want to do it because it's not a chore at that point.
if you really have a passion for this plant, she will bounce you back and give you love in ways that you wouldn't really never thought that it was possible. And they talk with you. They call me. I'm
Yeah.
in bed, and there's something calling me that I forget something, and I came here, and I strongly believe that it's them calling me and telling me, dude, I need you to water me. This doesn't happen now with autopots, but something like this. I had experiences in the past of forgetting to water plants and being in bed and feeling this rush of needing to go, and I get there, fuck, I didn't water today, and I water
Yeah.
them, and
Yeah.
I strongly believe it's them calling. This is just my beliefs.
Are you working on anything new right now, Doug? Like anything upcoming?
Oh yeah, I've. You mean on planes or on the continent? On what? I have so much happening right now. Sorry.
Tell us the best one.
Well,
I
we
guess
got
you're
time, dog. I mean, this whole
first.
episode's about you. Why don't you just dive into it a little bit? Tell us what you got
Okay,
going on.
so at the moment I have this one that I will be showing you guys in a moment. Growing. I have a few timelines happening in my social media. I have the real time timeline that happens in my histories on Instagram, which is whatever it's happening in real time. I have
Mhm.
the posts on Instagram that are about a month back, because this gives me time to edit and to create and to keep something on a regular base of content. And I have the YouTube channel. Hey Don in the house, Kenny in the house.
Big shout
Ta-da!
out, Canacan.
Big shout out. Big shout out to the Can.
Yeah. Stick it in your can.
Stick it in your can. And
We're
then I
gonna have
have
to
the
get Canacan on here too.
oh yeah.
Canacan, what's your schedule looking like?
Oh,
Right now, tell us right now.
tell us now, when is your travel? When are you available, Don? Tell us, tell us.
We must know.
He's the one having a lot of happening also, man. He has a lot happening also. Much respect for this amazing person that he is actually. And we have YouTube that right now it's a new series that is happening with the sponsorship that came with Master, and they made the first Mavericks here in Europe, which for them it's a sponsorship where they hook us up with the gear so that we test it out and talk about it and the things. And I'm doing a special series on YouTube for it with all the building apps and unboxings, and then with the girls growing and explaining everything, how it works, what is my opinion on it, the goods, the bads, and
Yeah.
everything. So this is what's happening right now, and
Yeah,
I'm
I
about to
did see
start
your
a
video
program.
on YouTube. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
I
true.
did see the video on YouTube about that.
I released yesterday, 2 days ago, the first episode actually. I will be doing this in Spanish and in English, in both languages.
Okay.
Today it came out just the English episode. I will make the Spanish as soon as possible.
Okay.
But this is what's happening. Apart from this, I have my life, which is my animals, my family, and my farm. I try to eat, to grow almost everything I eat. Mr. Ganix in the house.
Big shout out, Ganix.
Shout out to Ganix. Actually, there's a cool people in the chat, man. Thank you guys, really. Big shout out to you all. Big
Much
shout
love.
out.
Definitely showed up to support. Much love to everybody in the chat too. Just everybody that's a part of this today. The
Yeah,
most
thank you.
appreciation to you guys.
That would be nothing.
So this is what's happening more or less right now in my life.
Mhm.
Going with no expectations, doing what I love most in that moment, and I feel most in that moment to do. And when I don't know what to do, I flip a coin. I'm serious. I'm not joking on this one. And I'm a strong believer on flipping coins, and I can tell you why. It's not luck. You actually telling yourself what you like the most, because you have option A and option B. Oh, I like them both the same. Let's flip a coin. It can say, fuck, I wanted B. Now you know you like it the B more. So you can go and do the option B more. So I'm a strong believer of flipping coins.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's either you do it or you don't do it. There's no in
Yeah.
between. It's just go.
Oh, no, there's no trying. People say, oh, I try. No, you either do it or you don't do it. It's exactly that. And the
Oh, yeah.
human
It's like
brain,
my grandfather always used to say to me, anything in life that's worth doing is worth doing right.
exactly, man. And people need to understand there's priceless things, and that there's things that are just hard to get work, and you need to work out of it. There's a lot of things. Oh man, this is no, that's not priceless. That takes a lot of work, dedication, discipline, and you will get there, and you'll get this thing. Priceless is time with family. Priceless is love and things like these are the priceless things, and we have to manage them.
Right.
I agree.
You guys want to see the plants?
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
go ahead. Let me know when you're ready. I can go ahead and switch it over. All right. Oh, wait.
Let's use the sound from the computer, and I moved it
Yeah.
there. Can you hear me like
Okay.
this?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So, let's go like this. 6 different genetics, day 9 flowering, and 2 days ago, these two over here took over in comparison to the other ones. All going in the autoflower.
Mm-hmm. They're nice and clean too.
Oh, yeah.
This thing over here, it's a moist content sensor. It's show me what's in my soil from EC to temperatures and the moist. I have them organized, and I have some inner lighting here that is offline right now because I'm waiting for them to grow. I tried to connect it the other day, but it's still too much light, so I had some burn leaves, so I just took it off.
I had to dial it back a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for them to do all the stretch. This is still day 9, so they still have a week and a half, something like this to go. And once they're full stretched, which is beautiful. Once they're full stretch,
Wow.
I'll reconnect them, and if this needs to come down, it will come down, and I will plug in the inner lights. I'm really curious about using inner light. This is the first time for me using this, and the point on this to give light to all the buds that we used to lollipop because they did not get light from the overlights. So this way they will get light. So I'm curious to see how it goes. In terms of genetics, we have Tyson punch pie over there in that corner.
Oh yeah.
That's the Tyson pie. In here we have mandarin squeeze from Turkey Genetics. The smaller one over there, it's a green papaya from Super Sativa Seed Club. Sorry, from Super Sativa Seed Club. In here we have an RS11 from Cannabis. This is the Buds Gorilla Melon.
I got one of those going right now too.
Yeah, you have all of it, yeah? And last but not least, it's the papaya zote from Sweet Seeds. This one came with a story because I was trying to pop seeds and they were not coming out. And man, I need to fill up that space. What I'm gonna do? I went to my seeds and I decided to go with this one. It was gifted to us in Cannabis, to me and the brother Daga. Go follow the guy. Amazing content, by the way. And 2 days later, after I germinate these seeds, I'm talking with brother Daga, and he said, "Oh, I'm germinating to the papaya zote. Dude, I just germinated mine 2 days ago." So the universe spoke, and the younger, it's now the bigger of them all. This one is 2 weeks younger than all the rest.
Yeah. Do they seem to get along pretty well? Like they all kind of take in everything the same and
They're all drinking the same. I'm feeding the up to Poland. Right now they are in the flower, but I was feeding the veg regiment, which is regulator, Calmac, all-in-one liquid, and start booster, which is a root booster for them to develop. Right now, I'm doing regulator, which is the monosilicate, which is great for biotic and abiotic stresses to upcoming the nutrients and everything. This makes the plant super strong and thick. I'm using P boost for the obvious reason. Now they're stretching, and P boost is when they will need the extra P now that it's flower. Calmac, it's a must because they really need Calmac, especially when growing it with LEDs. I have a feeling that they ask for more calcium and more magnesium than they normally do. I'm doing only one liquid, which is my complete NPK, and I'm doing top booster, which is a flower booster, will help with the fruits. This is the regimen I'm doing at the moment. I will be changing this for the mineral solution, but I have no idea how that works. I'm still learning, but I will adapt that in the future.
yeah.
That's really nice.
That's
So I heard
nice one.
I heard you got some sweet seeds in there. I didn't know that they did photo period. I've done some of their autoflowers and had some really good success with them. The one that stands out in my mind is the Skywalker OG Runts from Sweet Seeds. I actually entered that into a Dude Grows contest.
Did you?
Yeah.
The sweet
But-
seeds, look at this bitch. She's amazing. She's thick, super green, healthy leaves. Look at this. And again, she was the youngest, and right now she's at least the tallest.
She's got the widest shoulders. She's built like a linebacker.
I was just gonna say she'd be perfect for football.
I think I may have to come in here before day 21. I
Yeah.
normally am for day 21, more or less, to come and defoliate this. But dude, I stripped this out completely 4 days or 5 days before I flipping it. When I mean completely is until this leaf. This has a stem, it came out. And they look
Right.
like this already again.
For each node.
For everything. When I go,
Yeah.
when I came here now and defoliate this, if it has a stem and it still doesn't have anything like, I can see some trichomes appearing, it's going away. I don't need it because I still have leaves growing, and those are the ones that can stay there and will not influence. I mean, I will not strip completely because it's flower, but really, really strong.
Got to trim back the 70s bush, huh?
Yeah. I gotta do, and I like shaved legs, man. I gotta let
Right. Got to keep it clean. Keep it classy.
Keep it classy. Oh.
Stay classy, San Diego.
I remember that from that test. But also, I let the air go through there too, so you don't worry about any kind of mold or anything like that building up.
Right.
Keep them loose and classy, if you can.
We use Controller 69. ProMaster has this one, which is the Tendex and the iDirects. It does what 69 does. You can control pretty much anything from here. Day night limit, like temperatures, you set up anything you need. You have
Oh yeah.
something really cool, which is spectrum control.
That almost looks. Oh no, that's definitely got more than the
I'm not
controller
running
69 because you definitely cannot control your spectrum from that. Does that happen in app as well? Is that like a smart device?
Yes, sir.
Wow, you have so
He
much
said I can
control.
control everything from my phone.
And you can just come
Holy
in
shit.
here and check the set points and change it all and do everything. The same you can do in the controller. See all the parameters and everything. Or just go live monitoring and actually see the plants.
That's next level, brother.
I love it.
I know. You just took me on an adventure.
I really.
I
that's
didn't
why
even
said,
know.
even when it's the toilet, I'm looking at this.
It's a beautiful sight to behold.
I know.
I
So you have
these guys, man. It's really amazing gear. I mean, I control everything, and I got it all the data so that I can go after and double check if
Right. You can look at your historical stuff during the run, even if you're running the same strain again down the line 2 or 3 times because you're running the clones. You can kind of be like, what worked, what didn't work, so you can really allows you to dial something in that much more.
Exactly. And imagine, let's say that suddenly you get mildew or mold or something. You can go and check the data. If you have, for instance, some heat point or cold point happening at some point, and that is enough to heat up the mold or the mildew or whatever. Shit. When the lights goes off,
Right.
this is dropping the temperature 10 degrees, 15 degrees suddenly. This cannot happen. So you can go, you can put a heater on. It will hit the room a little bit, for instance, and then the light goes out, and then you turn the heater off, and that will take out the problem for mildew and mold. And now one can control everything, which is just crazy. It's just crazy.
it is.
I can control a lot of stuff from my phone, but not as much as you can. That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
And if you gadget guy who likes gadgets, which I do, man, I'm in paradise. Again, big shout out to this guy for hooking me up. Thank you, really. And I'm really liking the gear. It's working amazing. I'm going now into flower. Let's see how all this up, man. But I even know the PPFD I'm growing exactly at the same time. So I couldn't be more thankful about this than I am, actually. Thank you. I did not try Control 69, but this one definitely works good. Definitely works good.
Double dog.
Double dog.
Double dog.
Double dog. Yeah, but
So can you tell us more about how you came up with your name, the Dog Doctor?
sure I can. I love dogs. All my life I had dogs and grow with dogs. It's just an animal I really, really like. And when
Very
I was
loyal animal.
it really is, and they love you the true unconditional love. You know, no matter what, they will love you. It's amazing. It's
Yeah.
really beautiful. And when I was going online and I needed to create a name for it, I wanted something related to myself still that was true to myself. So I love plants, but I also like dogs. So let's go with Dog Doctor. Why not? So here we
Yeah.
go. And then one thing led to
Just
the
kind
other.
of worked out.
Stick it in the can, and it stays. Then the mask.
Well,
That's really cool.
The
dog,
mask came out.
why did you start growing in the first place? If I remember,
Pardon me?
sorry.
Sorry. What did you say? I'm sorry.
I said, why did you start growing in the first place?
The 90s, something
If
like
you can
that.
hear me.
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can
Yes.
now.
Okay. So I dropped my first seed out of a packet of weed at Chemist Seed in the 90s. I was a young boy. This was the first time I grew. Then over the years, I've been growing, stopping, growing, and stopping. Then full on start growing in about 2000s or something like this, and I never stopped it again. And
Oh,
yeah, I don't even know how long it's been since I grew. It's just part of me. It's just something that I cannot imagine myself not doing it. Not just because I really love the plants, but also the growing. It's really therapeutic. I don't know how to say the word. Sorry. It's like going to therapy for me. I don't need a psychologist. I don't need an antidepressive or whatever pill or what. I need to be with my girls.
Therapeutic.
Exactly.
yeah.
Therapeutic. Exactly. And I need my girls, and if I have them, I manage to calm down myself and to work without. When I don't have the garden working, I feel myself a way more tense person and more anxiety running through my veins.
I can
So,
believe that.
oh
I
yeah.
could definitely relate.
Me as well.
But yeah,
Just like,
this is how long I've been growing, non-stopping for I don't know. We are in 2024, so pretty much 20 years non-stopping, and before that, going and coming. A few years, maybe 10, 15
yeah.
or. Who's counting? I don't like time.
Well, you have a hell of a setup, so I'm glad you didn't stop and not come back to it. You definitely know what you're doing. It's quite impressive.
Thank you.
So I seen some pictures on your Instagram from the Cannabis. That's something that you attended.
Sir, yes,
Yeah.
sir. That was amazing. That
Can you
yeah.
tell us more about it?
Fuck yeah, man. That was. How can I put it in
That's one
words?
I got to attend at some point.
It's huge. I was not expecting such a big fair happening. Actually, it was amazing. And for me, the special thing was that Spanabi was special just because of the event. Even if you go, you know nobody or you're not looking for anybody. It's an amazing place to go. But dude, I was talking with people online from the gang, from Aptu's gang, from people I would talk on Instagram, on here and there, and we put a face in each other. We talk, we give a hug,
Yeah.
and we see that that's the same guy actually that I'm talking online. You're not just some guy that pretending to be whatever. No, you're the real deal.
Right.
And
Not getting catfished.
this was what I like it the most is where it's putting faces and meeting people and looking in the eyes and giving hugs and talking and damn man and meeting a lot of legends. That was an honor to me. Like Jorge Cervantes, this was an honor to me to be able to be there and
Right.
talk with him. And I mean,
Definitely one of the biggest living legends in the game.
dude, I used to see his videos on how to build woods.
On VHS.
With
The actual book, the
Dude,
actual
in
Jorge
the field of
Cervantes Grow Bible.
the information back in the days, pretty much. So much respect for everything that he did for the
Here in the
community.
United States, for stuff like that, we would have to like mail order it, and it would be like weird. You might even have to like send like a money order or something, and then it might be like 2 or 3 months later it actually arrived. The same thing with some of the seeds from some of like the Dutch seed banks. That's how they used to make their way to the United States.
It's crazy, but it's
It's crazy how far we've come. Now you can do it all from the phone.
I'm still old school. I'm still very afraid of everything. I know times are changing and everything is changing. I hope that everything changes really soon so that we all can be without this bag that we have on our back. But fuck yeah, man. I need a jump. But this came a long way, and I'm really happy that it really came a long way. Because right now everybody or almost anybody, actually everybody that wants the information and can get the knowledge to grow his own or her own medicine. And before it was so hard to get information on anything and how to grow you and
Right.
You have to, and then people are way more open now. And then, man, you have YouTube with people explaining everything. So, in nowadays, there's nothing one cannot do. One cannot, if you church, I mean, you might do it wrong one, two, three times, but you will learn from it. That's fun also.
Oh
So,
yeah. Gotta learn from your mistakes. But the
Exactly.
information is so readily available. Like I remember back in the day, maybe if you had like a cool friend, you could get like a copy of the Anarchist Cookbook on like a floppy disk kind of thing.
the good old days.
Am I the only
Yeah.
one that was that type of delinquent?
No, 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 not at all. Not at all. Good old days. I really, really miss them actually. And everything is granted today. In back in the days, nothing was granted. And I miss that. But I like this that it's also easy now that to go online and order something and get it at home, and you don't have to worry about anything. This is also cool.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is kind of a trade-off though, because we are trading like our, I guess, convenience for our privacy, because don't think that all that little stuff's not getting tracked. Your phone, even if it's right here, is probably picking up what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You're not getting
Big brother is watching, you know what I mean?
Oh,
You'll see 17 ads for something after you're done that we spoke about.
Yeah, all of a sudden I'm talking with my wife about Popeye's chicken, but I was kind of like teasing her because she's not a fan. But I was talking about how I was going to order it, just messing around. All of a sudden, not even 10 minutes later, I'm getting Uber Eats notification saying, "Hey, do you want 10% off of Popeyes?" I'm like, okay, they were just listening to that.
And yeah, you know.
that
Get
All
out
of a
of
was
my
sudden,
life.
that was lucky. That was lucky.
or anything that you put as like a Google search result, all of a sudden you'll be like watching YouTube and you'll get like a commercial for what you were just looking for on like Amazon or something. It's like, please stop,
That's where they make
please
money.
stop paying attention to me. What are you smoking on over there, dog?
I have to wait for a second because I did different flavors. I'll tell you in a second.
Got a nice little salad going on. What's everybody in the chat smoking on? You guys drop it down.
Smoking lemons with runs. I'm smoking the runs F1. It's an Autoflower from Zamnazi. This thing actually it's really nice.
Oh, nice.
It's really
Make your own flavor.
It's citrus, but it's a mix of whole citrus. It's not lemon or tangy or orange, or it's citrus. I can't really explain it. And he has this undertouch on the vanilla
Oh, yeah.
that stays under the tongue. It's really nice actually. Autoflowers have come a long, 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 long way. And
Come a long way since the lowrider.
oh yeah, they came a long way, and I don't think they are still as good as the best. I mean, if you grab the best Autoflower and you would grab the best regular seeds, it's still not there in terms of everything. But it's very close, very, very close. So I
Yeah.
strongly believe that they will either surpass the regular seeds, or at least be in the exactly same level as the regular and feminized seeds are.
Well, what was it? Chubbs just sent that Autoflower world record at, what was it?
yeah.
Whatever they have in Las Vegas, but they did some type of testing and he had over 30% THC Autoflower.
35, I think. 35 or 37.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
That's
But
insane.
THC is not whole. I don't care so much about THC as
Right.
everybody. I actually think that they are sorry the term fucking up the weeds with because they're just focusing on high THC, and we are losing CBD that it's very important on the weed, and a lot of cannabinoids, so that we can implement the THC one in there.
Right.
And
So that you get the full entourage effect. So
Let's
where
take an
everything's
example.
firing.
you used to smoke back 20 years ago. If you had a good skunk, dude, you smoke a good skunk, and you don't need to smoke anything for 45 minutes and an hour.
Yeah.
Now you smoke one, 15 minutes after you're ready to smoke another one, and 20 minutes after you're ready to smoke another one. And back
Yeah.
in the whole day, the weed was not so strong, But the high was, I know we were younger and probably didn't have the same tolerance as we have it in our days. But I really
Yeah.
think that it lasts longer. Now it's a shorter period of high
definitely.
that you used to be a longer period, maybe not so strong, but longer.
Especially with the runs, the gelatos, there's definitely strains that
Sorry.
are notorious for that fast fizzle kind of high.
It's great for
That's what I
that.
was just gonna ask.
Sorry?
So that's what I was just gonna ask. Is like what's the denominator of the ones that seem to like go pretty quickly, but Cortez answered it.
But yeah, they're crossing it a lot. I don't know if it's a good thing or it's a bad thing because I don't believe in good or bad. I just believe that things happen, but this is another topic. We don't know what's good or bad because we don't know what's happening tomorrow. But in my humble opinion, I'm gonna go in a pheno hunt searching pretty soon. Once that I got time and the patience to dedicate to that. And what I'm looking for, it's not high THC. What I'm looking for, it's terpene content and a balanced thing, something it's good when you smoke. It doesn't need to put me on the moon. If I want to go to the moon, I just smoke more, or I do a concentrate or something like that.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I don't know. I really don't know how to explain it in words. But once I have it, I will be able to explain it.
Do you make
Have
any
you
type
ever
of concentrates?
Pardon?
Oh, I was saying, do you make any type of concentrates, or do you just grow for the flower? Do you press any type of hash or anything like that?
I do extractions. I do dry ice from time to time, and I used to do isolator. I don't do it anymore. It's too much work. Put it in ice, washing, drying it out, and it's just too much work. And when I press straight flour. I don't, or maybe I go to the trim bin or I do dry ice and I press that. But I'm not washing and pressing. I know it's a much better product. It's a much cleaner product. I'm not selling anything. It's all for me. So I'm pretty happy with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get it. If you're working and it's a professional thing for you, you have to do the most clean thing, the best. This, okay. Feel free to have all that.
The Colorado guys.
Feel free.
I had a press, but I broke it. I got like a cheap one off Amazon. I'm sure it came from somewhere in China, and it ended up like kind of melting on itself.
Seriously?
But my preference, really, I like just straight flour in the press. Maybe like 180 top plate, 170 bottom plate.
Same.
Have you ever tried breeding before, Dog?
Have I ever tried pardon? What?
Breeding?
Breathing? Kind of. I did, but I never went through with it. That's something I have in my juice. I'm too afraid. It's because of
Same
the
here.
No, because I'm afraid that I'm gonna fuck up all the rest, and then I will end up with just medicine to smoke full of seeds. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
I don't like those coming out when that happens. It's not fun. So I really
I've had a couple accidental breeding projects with it.
I believe everybody did, and the people that said that never happened that and say, "Oh, I grew for this many years and I never had a problem." Liar. I'm sorry, you're lying. It's just not possible statistically. That things happening. Everything goes okay, and suddenly something that you did not expect it happened, and this is a good thing because one learned from it. And I lost myself. Sorry.
You know what's so crazy? I saw something recently that said that a single piece of pollen, like a little granular of it, can travel like 100 miles.
Oh yeah,
or something like that with like a good gust of wind.
Yep, that's why hemp farms are fucking up medical farms. Because pollen travels, and hemp people don't care if they have males or female because they're breeding for the fibers or for this or that.
For the stalks.
Yeah. So they want 5-meter tall plants with a lot of stalks and fibers, and if there's a male in the middle, they don't care. They just may not find it even, and that pollen can travel for. That's not no good karma. If you find it and you leave it there, it's no good karma. It's what I say.
Well, when you look at something like that in an outdoor application, and then you consider like somewhere in your house, even if it was on like separate ends of the house or whatever, or even like if you had like a basement situation, then you were in like a bedroom, you still got to factor in too, like the HVAC system of like the vents blowing, taking it in one vent and circulating the air to another part of the house. That's why I've always been, I don't know, I guess, intimidated by it.
I think I will. Yeah, I'm gonna do it one of these days because I have a bunch of regular seeds here that I wanna find a good male there and start playing for myself. If I find something that I like, probably in the next year and a half, I'm gonna do that step. I'm about to
Your
germinate.
turn.
No, I think that nobody is ready for anything until it decides to go, and it's ourselves who delay things in life. So it's me delaying this because I feel that I'm not ready, and for as long as I tell myself that I feel that I'm not ready, I won't be doing anything. So what I need to do is, okay, let's go, let's germinate, and let's go. So
Get it locked in.
yeah, my next run is it's a regular one. So I may keep a male in there and find a place for it somewhere outside of the
Yeah,
house. I might set up a
just in
little
case.
Yeah, I
How
might
do you
set up-
sex your plants when you run regular seeds? What's your protocol?
I clone them.
Oh, okay.
I clone and then I flip the clone. And I see if the clone turns into a male or into a female.
Look at that. That's
Yep.
I never even
I've
never
never
even
thought
thought
about
of that ever. Thank you.
Okay. No, thank you. It's just
No, I mean
it's
it's
really good. People say, "Oh, you can look at the seeds, you can look at the plants." I'm so sorry, but you cannot look at anything because it really looks the same when they're vegging. They're sometimes the ones first things are the males, but other times they're really not. So a clone, get root, you flip it. It takes a little bit longer, but at least you know if this one is a
More
male
of
or
an insurance policy.
if you have money enough, you can also take a little piece of the leaf, label it up, send to the lab, and the lab will tell you if it's a male or a female. But I think it's about $100 for each test. So if you're testing 50 plants, man,
All right.
you know.
Well, here in the United States, I know because I have this 10-pack from Tiki Madman. J.R. Tolkien gave it to me. Well, I'm trying to work up the courage for like my first time to pop reg seeds. But I kind of want to pheno hunt through it. It's a 10-pack of I'm pretty sure it's Pablo's Private Reserve times Devil Driver.
Nice.
But that's kind of what I was thinking. I was talking to somebody, though. I haven't verified this for myself, but the information that I got is that if you do it through Farmer Friedman, it's only like 10 or 15 bucks a sample.
Oh, wow.
But I could be wrong about that. I don't want to put out false information. I'm going to have to look into it more, though, because I think that's the route that I'll go, because I really want to try to find a keeper out of that pack. Tiki Madman stuff is outrageous.
Beautiful. Man, me for now, I'm going to be doing the clones, flipping them into flower and seeing if they're males or females. And from there I go. And even after that, even after selecting that, when they're growing, you still need to be in the lookout for maybe one that it's a Norman, it's not a female or whatever. So when dealing with regular seeds, I myself like to be on the lookout all the time until at least the third week of flowering. From that point on, if they did not arm or they're not male for sure, normally there will not be, unless you fuck up with lights, leaks, or with some environmental something that will stress them out, and then that's your fault, I guess.
Get a little lockout situation going on to where they don't want to take off for a little bit.
Even light leaks, like think for instance,
Yeah.
it cannot be the way
Yeah.
that people say. I have never had problems with light leaks actually, but let's think. In nature, we have the lights from the moon. So we can in full moon days we can actually see very good. So I don't know if
Yeah.
that spectrum different spectrum from the light spectrum, but it's light. So some sort of light going in the tent, normally that will not trigger just the plant, unless it's direct light and sunlight, full spectrum. That for sure it will. But I don't know, the lights from the fans under it, just from the room lights. I have never had a problem with that, and I have them all open. And when I come in the room, I put on the lights and I do everything. I have no green special light. I never did that.
Yeah.
And myself, I'm not saying this is for anybody to do. I'm just saying myself, I have never had a problem with the arms on that situation. All the arms I have had actually was genetic things. It was
Right,
when
right.
researching, it was not just me having arms. So and it
Yeah.
was just that plant. So if one plant out of six is an arm, it's not something wrong with whatever you're doing. It's that plant normally.
Sometimes I'll do little stuff like that on purpose. I might intentionally leave like a slight light leak, especially if it's genetics that I haven't grown before. I'll kind of run them through the ringer the first time that I run them. That way, if something is a little bit more herm prone, I know right away, and I'm probably not even going to take it to full flower. I might cull that. That's the nice thing about flipping stuff in 2-gallon containers. Sometimes, though, you can really test it, especially if you got like a little area off to the side, just to kind of do some like R&D, research and development. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But yeah, it's so much fun. This thing one can do a lot of things, and there's something for everybody and for every taste. If you
Oh, yeah.
like more like this style or more that style, there's no better style. What I like to say to the new people when they're starting is you'll be looking for something to look up. Find one guy that you like, one girl that you like, and stick to that. Because if you start growing this way, and then you go and see another one you like, and you start using that method, and then you see another one, and in the end, you're just mixing everything. All the methods may work, but in conjunction, they may not work. So stick to
Yeah.
whatever person you're following.
Yes.
Do one cycle to 2 cycles, 3 cycles, whatever you feel like enough, and then find something else to try. But don't start doing everything at the same time because you'll be all over the place
Hmm.
and you will eventually lost yourself. I think. Just my opinion.
Consistency. It's all about just kind of coming up with like a game plan, but following like one regimen. So if you're a soil grower, you don't want to take the tips that somebody is giving on YouTube for like a hydroponic system. That's not
Exactly.
going to
Yeah.
work for
This
you.
guy go over 5'8" and he's having dude. He's running hydroponics. He's not doing like you, man. You're running soil. Your plants need a higher pH. You can run it like that, but it's a good point. Exactly. And be
Mhm.
patient. Patience is the key for these plants. She teaches patience and patience for everything, for watering, for growing, for harvesting, for drying, for curing. I mean, we are surrounding of the same plant for 5 months, 4 months. Why rush anything? Take
Yeah.
your time. She will take her time. Some will be faster than others, but unless it's an autoflower, autoflowers do
Really.
what the fuck they want. Dude,
Yeah. They're doing what they're doing.
I love.
Autoflowers are like cats.
Yeah, that's
Love cats.
operation, man. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, they're not dogs. They're not playful.
No, no.
Oh,
They're
you.
cats. They choose when they want affection.
They
My
exactly.
cat Rico, like he'll literally play fetch with me. He has his little Mr. Squeakers, wherever it is, and you take it, you throw it, he like gets all excited and he puts his ears back and he just like runs force and grabs it. And then he'll grab it and he'll start like a crying out of his mouth with squeakers in his mouth. It's like his like death cry. I got him. So he does play. But yeah, he's a cat.
Some do, some do, some do. There's just, in general speaking, cats are much more independent than dogs and less
Yeah.
needed
They do
than
their
dogs.
own thing.
They do
Yeah.
more their own thing. Autoflowers, dude, some do no, they do. They all do whatever they want. You can pop,
Hmm.
and they will flip when they feel like it's time for flip, more or less on the timing, but still. So that's one thing I don't like autoflower. That and the cloning. If you find something that you
Yeah,
like, you
they
cannot
keep
clone.
her.
So,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Especially for all the seeds you got to go through that are just kind of like lackluster. You know what I mean? Some autoflowers still got like that heavy ruderalis in them. Not to say that there won't be some fire in the pack, but it's like you still got to sort through those wet farts to get something good, and then you can't even keep it.
true.
Yeah.
And man,
They're like autoflowers are like summer love. They come and they go, and it's just the pleasure of having them around. It's what makes it worth it, I guess.
they are the perfect example of living in a moment. Enjoy that
Mhm.
moment because he
Mhm.
may or may not come back because if you pop a new autoflower exactly the same genetic, he may or may not come similar to that. While
Oh, yeah.
if you clone the plant and
You may
find
never find it again.
you may not lose it again. You can keep it for and clone the clone and reclone and clone, and you can just keep your genetics for long.
Still
I
has
had
the same genetic fingerprint.
Yeah, man. I had the runs cuts that I hunt for 4 years, something like this, and then I lost it for a heat wave. That was
Oh.
a hard one, yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it is what it is.
Like
And
when I lost my sangria slushy, it was depressing. That was a runs cross.
it is what it is, and one learn to accept that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this plant
And
teaches a
that's
lot
why
of.
you can't be stingy with the cuts, guys. Pass clones out to your friends, especially if it's something that you really like, because even if you lose it, that way you can still get it back.
Yeah,
Exactly. If you're
exactly.
in a place where and you have friends, definitely give the cuts to as many as you have. If it's something
Or at
special,
least your inner circle.
sure. And let's face it, if it's something that is that special to you, it may be special to them
Oh, yeah.
also. So share it with the world. I'm a big.
You
Exactly.
got to hook the homies up because you never know what you can get in return. Maybe one day they get something really special and then they can return the favor. But that's one of the best parts about this community, especially with like cuts and stuff, you know?
It is pretty cool. No, I mean, in here I don't change cuts with anybody. Actually, nobody knows I grow. I grow for myself. My friends smoke my venison. It's always different from whatever they're smoking, but they don't know it's coming from me. It's smoking. I have good weed. I have good connections. It is what it is, and
Yeah.
it will be like that as long as it is not okay with whatever who's managing these things. Anyway, but
Yeah.
All right.
but I think this is
That's
changing, and I think German in here in Europe. I truly believe that in 2 to 5 years, all countries or almost all countries will be legal in some way. Most is already medical legal. All of them are legal on the CBD on the hemp sides. So
okay.
the Germans they flip it. Germany is the biggest country in Europe in terms of politics and the strongest one with the world. They were the reason why CBD was implanted in all Europe because they wanted to regulate it the same in all the countries. So I think they will push that agenda for the rest, and I don't know, maybe France will be the last one because they are really, really picky on this one. But I think the rest of us,
I would have thought France would have been a little bit more liberal.
oh no, man, they're no,
They're the
no,
worst, huh?
they're very conservative in this with these plants. Don't ask me why. I guess I like the wine. I don't know.
Oh, that makes sense. It doesn't agree with their business interests. Okay. I got
Not
a
at
little
Yeah.
all. They're
better
one
picture
of the
now.
world's biggest wine exporters for a long time, I believe. So all these fancy wines they came from and the champagnes, all everything. They are the only country in the world that produces champagne. Nobody else can do that
Right.
because
And only from the Champagne region.
exactly just from that.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, so
Otherwise, it's just sparkling wine.
exactly,
Hmm.
exactly. You can call it whatever you want, but it's not
Well, it
champagne.
seems like no matter what country in the world you're living in, the government hates competition.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder.
Doesn't help the pocket.
I wonder why they don't like the competition. I'm sure it's nothing to do with money.
Yeah, I'm sure that plays no factor. None
No,
whatsoever.
it's good champagne.
Champagne on ice. All right. As we start to wrap up here a little bit, Dog, did you have any shout outs you want to give? Did you
Time flies. Wow. Thank you, guys. Yeah, yes, actually, I would like to thank my sponsors, actually, Aptus Holland, of course. They've been with me for a long time, and I really appreciate love everything they do to me. On the light sponsors, I have to thank the Think Grow Lab and Troll Master for the amazing gear and everything they're sending me. Also, Future of Grow for a beautiful light that they also sending me and the full support on the team. All the seed banks that been providing seeds and the genetics for me to run and test. Thank you, big shout out to all of them. All the community, of course. You guys, Cortez, Kana, everybody in the community, everybody in the chat, everybody, every follower, on every hater, every lover. Thank you. If
Exactly.
you think of me in any kind of way, I truly appreciate love, whatever you're doing for me. Thank you. And,
engagement is engagement. The algorithm doesn't recognize negative engagement. It just sees that people are interacting with your post.
if you're interacting, I appreciate love you. Even if you're talking, whatever you do, it's your thing. Whatever your opinion is of myself, it's not the one I have from myself. So feel free to speak it out to the world if that makes you happy. And I'm Doc Doctor. You can find me in Instagram as Doc Doctor Official, on YouTube also as Doc Doctor Official, or on Grow Diaries as Doc Doctor Official. Hit me up anytime. It's really a pleasure to talk about this beautiful plant or anything else. Big shout out to you
Most
guys.
definitely.
Thank you.
If you guys look in the description to this, there's actually a clickable link for all of our Instagrams if you guys want to check out what we had going on. After the show, if you want to update me a little bit, I can put all your socials in the description to this.
I'll give you all. Thank you very much. Really appreciate love.
Yeah, no problem at all. We'll we're friends now, so of course we'll talk through the DM.
We'll be talking more and more now, for sure. This is really, and dude, this was great talk. This was an hour and 15 minutes past like this. It's I did not realize. Thank you.
It was really just a good time, just casual hangout between friends. So
that's cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Definitely. Alicia, did you have anything before we end off?
Well, I wanted to say who's coming next week on Conversations with Cortez. Do you want to?
Yeah, go ahead. Take the lead, Alicia.
No, we have Scotty Real coming up next week. Same time, same place.
Scotty.
That's the plan.
Until next week.
And we're going to have Don Canacan.
I forgot to shout out to one very important Don. Guys, go and check this thing. Seriously.
No, I know. I love that product. I just wish I had more room so I could pop it all the time. It's like once every.
I'm about to put it.
I gotta see what's up with the Canacan. I gotta test it out.
They have new heat mats now too. They're infrared heating. It's a great idea.
All of the other methods in one method, control it, because it's kind of like the paper towel or the cotton, because it has that little thing in there that makes that. It's the glass of water because it's full of water, so the seed is there. It's in dark. The temperature is coming from down. It's heated. It keeps the bottom of the seed warm, but at the same time keeps the perfect temperature on the top because of the gap hair that it has under and on the top. So it really is the perfect germination station. The very simple gadget, but Don really, really went through with it.
Yeah. No, he did. He did.
Shout out Canacan.
Canacan is the man. Well, that was it. That's why I wouldn't, mention next week with Scott. Thank you so much, Dog. I had a wonderful time.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. We really appreciate you.
No, appreciate love you all. Thank you.